In Lubbock, tradition dictates that Texas Tech football is king, but in the spring of 2007, that unbendable fate began to change. When athletic director Gerald Myers put his faith in a women's soccer coach with little on his resume, but a lot on his mind. Tom Stone stepped into the arena of Texas Tech women's soccer, ready to start a tradition of his own, winning.
They said, okay, based on your resume, you don't have much college experience. I was an assistant coach at Clemson for 1 season, but you're the guy we're looking for. And so they really went out there in terms of kind of off the beaten path to say, despite your lack of college coaching, we feel like you've got all the tools to start our program over. And I really owe them a lot because a lot of ADs just wouldn't be able to get past the fact that I hadn't spent a lot of time coaching in college.
A successful coach and humble person, Stone never takes anything for granted.
Not a big golfer, love to hunt. My wife fortunately allows me to go hunt with my dad a couple times a year and take my son. But you know, at this stage of the game, it's Texas Tech and it's the family, and that's it.
Stone has done more than just win. He has changed the lives of many of his athletes.
And he really believes in me, and he knows, he kept telling me, like, he knows the impact I'm gonna make, and he really just, he just was every day, like, motivating me and just kept pushing me to keep going. And it was really just like the things he would say to me, and just like phone calls or texts saying, like, you know, everyone's looking up to you, you need to, just stuff like that. And it really just kept me pushing.
He's just probably one of the most inspiring and best coaches I've ever had. And there's parts of it that are from his experience from coaching, but just that he's a good person is really what makes him such a good coach. And you know, he develops personal relationships with his players, you know, on and off the field. So he knows you on the field, and I know what to expect from him on the field, and I know what to expect from him off the field. So just that communication and knowing each other on and off the field is really important for us.
The players just have to be more than an athlete, I think, to coaches. If they want to bond with their players, they've got to be, they don't have to be all into their business, but they have to be there for them when they need advice, when they need guidance, when they just want to check in and see how the family is, or there's something going on in their life that you've been privy to and you can either help them with or just be supportive of. I think you have to be involved at some level beyond just the coach telling her how to run or how hard to move. Now with me, because I'm pretty high octane and have a pretty high volume, I have to occasionally pull the team in and tell them how much I care about them, because I start to wonder if they're starting to wonder if it's been a tough week or something. But as long as you continue to build those relationships with the individual players, then that relationship can withstand a bad game, a tough game, or a bad decision on the part of the coaches. You know, on more than one occasion, I've gone to a player and just said, look, you know, I apologize. What I saw happening as I watched it on film wasn't happening. And so, you know, you were in the right, and you know, I'm sorry I jumped on you for that.
He knows how to and when to coach, and that goes back to him making personal relationships with our players. He knows how yelling at someone's going to affect them, and if it's somebody that doesn't strive off of being yelled at, then he's not going to yell at them. But there are times where he knows he has to be hard on us, and he's going to be hard on us, and that's what makes us better. But you know, behind the scenes, he's just somebody that likes to have fun with us, and we are definitely a team that likes to have fun, so he's the perfect coach for us.
Suffering a season-ending knee injury last year, Connor Williams will have one more chance to take the field with her teammates and a coach who has touched her heart.
He gave me an opportunity that no one else would have given me. And just for him to believe in me when no one else would, is just, there's nothing else to say but thank you. And I just hope that I made him proud.
Texas Tech junior Luke Adams will be the first Red Raider to represent Team USA at the 22nd Deaf Olympics starting July 26 in Sofia, Bulgaria. He has played in 38 games for Tech over the last 2 seasons. He was born deaf and is one of 42,000 adults in the U.S. to wear a cochlear implant and hearing aid. However, while training with the team in Maryland and playing for USA in Bulgaria, he and his teammates will not be allowed to wear their cochlear implants and hearing aids on the court.
My whole life I've always played, you know, with a cochlear implant and hearing aid in, and you know, always using my eyes to hear. And so whenever they're not going to let me wear those things, it's going to be obviously. It's going to be different, and it's going to be something I've not done in a while. But you know, growing up, you know, even sometimes I still work out, you know, without any of them in, just to you know, just kind of be alone and that type of deal.
Adams says he is proud to represent Texas Tech on an international level.
Texas Tech has just given, you know, so much to me and my team, and you know, we just want to give back to them, and you know, it's going to be really. I'm just really happy that I'm in this position to be able to represent Texas Tech in the right way, and you know, hopefully we can bring back the gold.
Adams says it will be a nice change of pace in preparation for the upcoming 2013-2014 season.
Anytime you have something new, it's always going to be exciting, and right now it's all something to look forward to, and new goals, new aspirations, and I'm just it's really looking forward to this new journey that we're fixing to take in Bulgaria, and going to Maryland, training with the team, and working out. So it's something new, and I'm looking forward to it.
He is the first Red Raider to appear on a USA national team of any kind since Jason Sasser played for Team USA at the 1998 World Championships. Reporting for KTTZ, I'm Lauren Bogle. Recently, Lubbock Power and Light has come under scrutiny from the public with a computer glitch underbilling 44,000 citizens of Lubbock in June. And in July, many citizens' bill increased up to $100 because of an increased rate for fuel costs. A protest was held for 48 hours outside LP&L. Janie Cavijo has lived in Lubbock all her life, and this latest conflict is one of many that she says she's dealt with. Most recently, the storm that left many parts of Lubbock without power.
We were without electricity for 4 days. We tried to contact them, they never answered, and finally we came in person to customer service, and we were told that the reason that they were not answering the phone was because they knew that we were complaining, and they couldn't go and fix nothing for us yet.
Angie Astorga, attendance clerk at Estacado High School, says LP&L should take into consideration the struggles this increase has caused.
I think we need someone else. I mean, if they're not willing to help and work with us, we should have another company that, is willing to help or, do something at least,
Heather Eubanks, who works for Children Protective Services, says she wants an explanation on what the increased charges are going towards.
I wouldn't mind paying the $87 reconnection fee if I knew what it went towards.
Right.
I wouldn't mind paying the $30 convenience fee if I knew that there was somebody out there that's benefiting from it.
After the protest, LP&L held a press conference last Friday to answer these questions. The mayor of Lubbock, Glenn Robertson, addressed both issues.
The focus has been diverted from the real problem. And I don't think it's been diverted intentionally, but the focus has been diverted from the biggest thing that hit our citizens was the fuel cost. And we've diverted it to talking about fuel glitches and rate increases. Now, I will tell you the rate increase was necessary. Timing I still disagree with, but that doesn't matter, it's history. But LP&L has to start reinvesting in its infrastructure. We've got a lot of deferred maintenance that we have to take care of. But the shock, and here's where I was upset as mayor, and I think most of our citizens were upset. We were told, we were led to believe that this was going to affect the average homeowner $7 to $10 a month.
LP&L Board Chairman Gail King says he trusts the people at the company.
We have good people at LP&L, and they're doing the very best that they can. It's hard to be business people when it gets political.
For those that were underbilled in June through billing cycles 11 through 22, will be responsible for paying that amount added to their LP&L bills starting October over the course of several months.
They will get a letter that will inform them that their bill was underbilled and how it will be collected in the future, so they will know.
King says the citizens of Lubbock will be informed in advance by their improved communication efforts.
Try to be more informative each month of the fuel pass-through, so they'll be aware of. We'll probably make that public information. When we get the information, what we need to pass through, we will try to be a lot more transparent and get it out there so people will be aware that month what's going to happen.
LP&L and the City Council will continue to meet and discuss possible solutions. Day 2 of the Buffalo Springs Ironman started at sunrise with the pro males, females, and hand cyclists. After a long rain the night before, the athletes jumped in the spring-fed lake, braving the cold temperatures. Denise Jaggers, owner of Cafe J and Margarita's Border Cafe, says her son Blake Jaggers, a graduate of Tech, is on a tri-team competing against the pros. She says there was not much advice she could give them because they have it all under control.
They exactly know what they're doing. They know how to train, they know what to eat, they know how to nourish, they know what they can and can't do. So we're just here to cheer them on and root them to a little bit faster time.
If she could ride along with her son, Jaggers said she would tell him to just keep pushing on.
Oh, I would just say, you go, Blaker, you've got it.
Natalie Stedman, triathlon medical coordinator and athletic trainer in the athletic training program, as well as a teacher at the Health Science Center for Tech, says Tech is a huge asset with their involvement in the triathlon.
We've got about 25 nursing students. We've got several of our athletic training students to go with our paramedics and our physicians to try to take care of these guys. And so anyway, we'll go through a lot of IV fluids. Typically heat and volume depletion are our two primary things that we deal with.
For athletes to continue running and maintain circulation of blood sugar, Stedman says athletes will use liquids to get their sugar rush.
Sometimes on the run late in the course, you'll see them actually try to drink defizzed Coke, and that is that sheer sugar rush. But once you start doing that, you have to do that about every 10 minutes because you're going to bonk otherwise. So there really is a lot of science that goes into something of this nature.
As a former Ironman competitor, Stedman says she would always have a quote to motivate her and keep her from losing strength and letting fatigue set in.
A quote that ran through my head, you know, whatever that day might have been when I did the Ironman race. You know, the big thing is just to keep moving forward. It's a long day. And so, as stupid as it sounds, my quote was, "Be the bunny," as in the Energizer Bunny, just keep going and going and going.
A group on campus is taking the empty space and open skies of the South Plains and spreading their wings, literally. These brave students are the Air Raiders, a skydiving club formed here at Texas Tech who want to make their place known as a recognizable and notable sport on campus.
In Tech, I know a lot is known for its sports. I mean, why not throw skydiving in there as another sport instead of just, you know, just football, just volleyball, or just soccer, whatever we're known for, you know.
Once we get all licensed, we actually can compete as Texas Tech University at collegiate. We compete against, you know, schools from Arizona, across Texas, Army, Navy. You actually do actual competition skydiving in the sky, on the ground, and you get to represent your college.
Their ambitions are only matched by their love of the adrenaline rush. In other words, the sky is the limit. But as well prepared as the Air Raiders are, there still are some dangers.
2 jumps were my scariest. My first one, which was my tandem, just because it was the first time jumping out. It was cold, so I was already shivering, I had butterflies going. Jumped out, and that immediate, I didn't have that stomach drop, but like my breath was taken away. I was like, oh crap, you know, what am I doing? And then my 9th jump, I had my first malfunction. So I opened up, my main canopy was pinched in half, kind of like a bow tie. But I already knew after so many classes and coaches talking to me, I knew my emergency procedures, so cut it away, my reserve popped out, and then I caught my breath.
As crazy as it sounds, some team members consider falling from 13,000 feet a stress relief.
I have fun doing this, it's relaxing, it's what I do whenever I get stressed out. So I mean, it's just fun out there. It seems like an adrenaline rush, but when you're out there, it's the only thing you're thinking about. You forget about everything that's going on, everything else. I like to go either right after or right before I'm about to take a test, because I'm freaking out about the test, and then jump out there and the only thing I'm thinking about is, hey, I gotta save my own life.
For more information on the Air Raiders, go to the club's Facebook page at Air Raiders Skydiving Club. The Texas Tech Rodeo team brought home the women's national collegiate title last year, and for the men, Chance Gasperson placed 4th in the Go Round 1, placing 3rd in the finals and finishing 4th overall in calf roping at the end of last season. New Mexico native Philip Berry will now have the reins of the Texas Tech Rodeo team with some big shoes to fill.
Was the coach at New Mexico Junior College for a long time. My dream job was come to Texas Tech. I finally got that chance.
Berry says he is eager to work with a talented group of young athletes that have already achieved numerous awards and looks forward to building on an already successful program.
The maturity level at Texas Tech is beyond belief here. I was very excited to come to a major university, so that was one of the major draws for me to come to Texas Tech and to be with these higher level students. hopefully in the future, we're trying to expand our facilities. We're right now in the process of building a new 20-stall barn for rodeo students.
Barry says that Tech's College of Agricultural Sciences and Natural Resources is an outstanding and competitive college.
Texas Tech is a great ag school. We have a lot of people come here just for the ag department. The ranch horse team is an excellent program here, the equestrian team. We have especially a great rodeo team. The girls won the nation in 12. Very proud of them. So the whole program, the animal food and science department is great.
When recruiting, Barry looks for athletes with drive and future students who are strong enough to handle attending a major university and competing every other weekend.
As a higher education, you have to go above just the arena. It's hard to compete on the national level and be able to go to school at Texas Tech at this high level. All of our rodeo students have their own horses, their own rigs. They travel on their own. It's a very expensive sport, but yes, they're all on their own as far as the money, their horses, their rigs, travel, everything.
The goal for this year's Texas Tech rodeo team? Get back to the main stage.
We have big expectations. We have a large team this year, a lot of new members. We are definitely trying to get back to the college finals and repeat what they had done in 2012.
Texas Tech will host the NIRA Rodeo starting October 18th through the 20th at the Texas Tech Equestrian Center in Lubbock. Reporting for Channel 5, I'm Lauren Bogle.